Good morning. This is an Overdrive tutorial by Ellen Baxter. We're going to start this tutorial by talking about ebooks and what they are. An ebook is an electronic version of a book. It can be read on a computer, a tablet, a smartphone, or an e-reader. And examples of e-readers are Kindle or Nook. The advantages of using an ebook are that the book cannot be damaged by water or sand or the pages being ripped. You'll have fewer items to carry and less weight to carry. It'll be accessible no matter where you are, and there'll be no library fines because the returns of ebooks are automatic. Now let's talk specifically about Overdrive. Overdrive is a free service offered by your library or school that allows you to borrow ebooks and audiobooks using your library card. In order to begin, all you need is a library card and an internet connection. Let's start with how does one access Overdrive. If you go to your browser, and I'm going to put in my specific library system's homepage. So mine is afpls.org, and that brings me to the Atlanta-Fulton Public Library System. When you go to the homepage here and you scroll down, you'll find an icon that says download, and that's where we keep Overdrive. So click on download, and you'll notice that you still see the logo for AFPLS up here. That means you're still within the library system web pages, but we have given you access to Overdrive. You'll notice a few things at the top. You've got a search function, a bookshelf, and then my account. I have already signed in. If I click on the drop-down arrow by my account, you'll see that there are several options, and that sign out is the last one. That means I've signed in already and had my computer remember my library card and PIN. So you would need to sign in with your library card and your PIN. Let's talk about this box under my account. So I clicked on the down arrow and up came loans. Loans are the titles you've borrowed. Holds are the titles you've requested but haven't borrowed yet. A wish list are the titles that you'd like to read or listen to in the future. Recommendations are titles that you'd like the library to add to their ebook collection. And then there are settings. We're going to go to the settings option just to show you what's there. Settings is very important because it can set your default lending period for each format. So for ebooks, you can set it for a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. Audiobooks, you can set the same. I have mine set for 14 days for both. You can also check or uncheck the automatic hold checkout. That means when you request a hold and it becomes available, Overdrive will automatically check it out to you when it becomes available or not. You can also do your audience filters here. I have mine set on all audiences. You can choose from these options if you'd rather just look in one section or another. And then you have high contrast display options or dyslexic font that you can choose. Let's go back. And going back to the home page, you just click on the AFPLS icon and it will take you directly back to the home page of Overdrive within this library system. Let's look at the small stack of books up here, which is a bookshelf, and let's see if there's anything on our bookshelf right now. As you can see, I have one title borrowed, Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling, and we can borrow 10 total, and it keeps track of it for me, so it says I can borrow 9 more titles. So that's the bookshelf. I'm going to click on the AFPLS logo to go back. And let's look under this logo. You've got subjects and collections. Subjects will bring up various subjects under fiction for adults, nonfiction for adults. And as you can see, there are numbers to the left of each section. It will tell you the number of titles in each section. Down here you've got juvenile, fiction, nonfiction, and young adult, fiction and nonfiction. So that's subjects. Collections will bring up a division between ebooks and audiobooks. It's a good place to look for new editions on both kids, teens, and adult editions. So that's a good place to look for new additions to Overdrive. And let's click on that logo again to go back. I just want to mention this Big Library Read advertisement that's here. It's Art of the Pie by Kate McDermott. You will see within our system, events or group reading projects that are going on. If you scroll down, you will see all the beginnings of popular titles within Overdrive. They're just titles that are probably being borrowed quite a bit. Here's just added titles. There's different categories. So there's sports books, there's new audiobooks, romance, and for St. Patrick's Day we have some Irish titles. So you can look there, or you can use these arrows to go further into all of each category's listings. Or you can search for a book with the search function. So let's borrow an ebook. We're going to choose a title that's here available for us. I'm going to choose Lab Girl by Hope Jaron. And if you notice here, it's got the title down here, the author's name. Actually, this is an audio book, so we'll be listening to that one. Alright, so when I click on the title, I come here and it shows a green button that shows I can borrow it for 7 days. Now that's different than the setting that I had, so this must be limited to a week because it's a newer title. That does happen sometimes. Below that green button where you borrow it, you'll see a description of the book, you'll see details of it, and reviews. So you can look at those if you're interested in that. I'm going to actually borrow the book by pressing on that green button. Now, this is pretty important. Sometimes people get confused at this point. There's a large green banner at the top that says this title is now checked out to you. See options for the title on your loans page. This is important because you haven't actually told Overdrive where you're going to listen or view the book yet. So you want to go to loans so that you can tell them that. So as you can see, here's my ebook that I had borrowed previously, and here's the new one. I can either listen in my browser on my laptop, or I can download an MP3, and then I'll need to tell it what device I want to download it to. I'm actually going to listen in my browser. And so here I am. I can press this triangle right here, and I will be listening to it, and it'll show me down here how far I am into the book. And that's basically how you borrow an ebook. Again, your ebook will be returned automatically after the set loan period that you have set. So this one is a week because it's a newer title. Most of my ebooks will be returned within 2 weeks automatically. There'll be no fines or fees. Thank you for listening.